my name is Patricia Holmes. I always say that at the beginning of my videos just so I can have my copyright on them. So we are going to pick up on part 2 of this motion tween assignment where we left off. And so what I want to introduce to you now is I want to introduce to you scenes. Scenes are like chapters in a book. They're a whole new perspective, but yet within the same content of what we're doing. So let's insert a new scene. So I'm going to go insert and I'm going to hit scene. And what we are going to notice is the scene panel can be found by going window down here at the bottom, scene. You can select it. So here is scene 1 that we just built, and here's scene 2. Scene 2 is a blank story. So we're gonna have fun here, and we're gonna add a story to this, and we're gonna learn in the process. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna bring back our spaceship. So this is a whole kind of a brand new movie in this scene too. So we're gonna bring back our rocket, and I'm gonna drag him onto the stage, and then we are going to add a new layer. And first of all, let's go back to this rocket and name this rocket. And I'm going to add a new layer. In this new layer, I'm going to make sure I'm on the right layer. Blind. Yeah, okay. So this layer is going to be area 51. And I previously saved a photo I'm getting ready to drag out on here. So make sure you're on. Let's lock everything up and unlock just the layer I'm working on. And we want to make sure we're on that frame. I'm going to drag a photo in here, and I previously saved it in the library of another file. Okay, I'm not seeing it here, so I'm going to go into a folder, and here it is. So I'm going to drag this image out onto the stage, and don't worry, I'm going to provide this image for you. And I want you to notice there's a line here. That line means everything to the right of it is off the stage. We won't be able to see this. We can shrink this image up if we want, have it fit the stage. Just a little bit more is great. Now, that's area 51. You're going to notice our rocket is not visible, so let's drag this layer on top of the other one to make it visible. And we're just simply going to have our rocket fly around a little bit, area 51, our spaceship, by creating a motion tween and playing around. Okay, so let's go over here to frame 60 and hit the shift key so we can select both of them, and we're going to simply go insert frame. We're just going to extend the frames on both of them. Click the rocket layer, and let's go ahead and unlock it. Make sure it's unlocked. Click on frame 1. Let's go ahead and add a create motion tween command. And now what we are going to do is we are going to be very specific as to what we want our animation to do. So I'm going to come up here at the top corner. Oh, let's do this. Let's go outside of the stage right now. So we're going to have the rocket come in. Let's go frame 15. We're going to insert a keyframe. And on 15, we're going to move, he's going to come flying in. Right there. Let's come over here to frame 30, insert another keyframe. And we're going to move him over here. I'm going to change the perspective in a second. See how our motion tween is following our line. And over here on frame 45, I'm going to insert a keyframe. And he's going to land right about here. Okay, now let's just real quickly see what we have. We're just going to grab the blue playhead, and we're going to see this. Okay, now this is one of the things I want to cover, and I want to teach you right here on this frame. It should be on the very next frame. We're going to flip the perspective of him around right here. So click on frame 16. Let's go ahead and, I always have this philosophy, hey, keyframes are free. You can add keyframe. Now on keyframe 16, let's have some fun. We're going to go into modify, transform, and let's do a horizontal flip. Click horizontal flip. And now that spaceship just flipped. And we want to make sure it's flipped also on frame 30. Modify, transform, horizontal flip. Okay, now on frame 31, we're going to flip it back. So we're going to go on frame 31, we're going to insert a keyframe, and we are going to flip him back. Modify, transform, flip horizontally. We want to make sure he's there, he's good there, and then he'll just sit there for just a moment right there. Okay, so let's test out our movie so far, see if we like it. That's scene 1. Woo! Ha! Ha ha! Now, see how these, first of all, see how these scenes play? It's like a chapter. They play back to back. Now, let's go to our scene area. You can drag these scenes around that now scene 2 will play, or let's say we're done with scene 1. We don't even want scene 1 anymore. We can click it, and down at the very bottom we can hit delete, and now we just have one scene showing. So that, I'm trying to keep these videos short. That concludes our brief lesson on motion tweens and a few little ability to animate our object by hitting the transform and changing the perspective of it. Okay, thanks for listening to this part 2. We're going to have one more part, so look for part 3 of this lesson. Thank you.